few months ago, I was working with the laser cutter, and it was a really great experience. It is actually not as hard as I thought it was. It is probably even easier than it is to work with the 3D printer, but it's totally a different process. And when I was there, and I finished cutting out all the templates for ebony and ivory, I was still left with some material and also some time, because in there you actually need to bring your own material, and then you just need to pay for time that you're using 3D laser cutter. And with that time I did something else, and that something else is this. This is actually a part of something that I did before but never finished really, and now I did it with a bit more rigid material. This is actually wood, but what this is one side of the hammer, a hammer of Thor. And what I've done right here is I beveled all the edges, all the sides, and I did that with belt sander, and I've put together a thing with this masking tape. You wouldn't believe, but this relief thingy took me more than 30 minutes. Maximum there are 8 pieces like this. We worked on these babies now for like 2 days or something. Plus we worked on a lot of different stuff, like for example guns. Okay guys, here are both of the caps, and here is the inside if you're interested. Also, what I'm doing right now is this. First I beveled, this is actually the bottom part. First I beveled the sides with the belt sander, and now I am applying them up there. This is still dry glue, but okay. Yeah, and the thing is, I beveled just one side, and the other one is just glued on there. And this angle right here is actually, or it should be 45 degrees angle. And what I'm doing right here is a foam part. This is actually a tool that I've made myself, and with this I can measure the angle correctly, as you can see. So what I'm doing right now is, first I apply this glue, I put it up here, and then I add this part right here, and then I hold them together for my process. This is how I do it. The whole body is right now glued together. These pieces right here, these circles, they are glued on there with super glue, and secondly with the whole mixture of body filler. And now the only thing that I want to do is put on the handle part. And I have this 3 centimeter rod that I bought in the store, but it cannot really go in there because this is just a little bit, you can see, I need to sand it down a little bit, and we'll do that with belt sander. cut handle to about 30 centimeters. So it'll be like that. Okay, so here I have a few parts which I need to coat with resin. This is actually a pommel part for the hammer, and here's something from Master Chief still, so I'm gonna coat those right now. So the handle, I've added this part right here. And what is actually this? This is paper. And it's just a thick paper which was wrapped around and glued together on the wooden rod. So yeah, paper. What I'm going to do right now is I will fill in those holes right here and those gaps. And cleaning and sanding and adding and cleaning and sanding and adding. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great time. That's what I wanna say.
So, the handle right now looks like this. It's all like really messy and looks like really ugly, but really soon it will be turned to hopefully really awesome thing.
A lot of things changed. One thing is that barrel sanders are absolute worst because look at this, the glue just doesn't work anymore. See, I've rounded these little details, these little lines here. Before they were kind of, this is clean enough for me. I know it's not perfect. This well, you see I added a few details, a few edges, stuff like that, and that took me around like a week or so. Yeah, so what are we doing right now is we are priming this bad boy. So yep, can't wait for this. Ooh yeah. This right here was painted with, I don't know, 3 or 4 coats, thick coats of primer. Okay, so smaller gaps are now gone, and this was drying for about half an hour, and I'll probably leave it for a day or so because I do not really want this to go wrong. This handle right here is finished and painted. Something else what we need to do is we need to add leather strips in each and every section in here. So yeah, I have a lot of this leather. This is fox leather and it's actually black, but I need brown leather, and well, that's a problem. And I saw that you can actually paint fox leather with acrylic paint and just a little bit of acetone. And I'm about to try that right now. Will it even work? So I'm about to see that right now. And yeah, let's try that. Okay, so here are all the templates for handle. And it was a really long process. cutting these things out, and for that time I left this this fox leather to try, really good. And now if I scratch it like really strong, there is nothing really. The color is sticking. Everything seems good. So we'll do that with all the templates right now, and we'll see where this leads us to. Okay, so the whole thing was clear coated, and now you can see that it has such a beautiful shine to it. Here are the leather strips, weathered, colored and weathered, and now they are ready to be glued on. For structure and for a noise reducing, I've used this, 4 centimeters foam. This is isolation foam, and this will go on top of here, actually on this side. So those two things will come together like this. In the middle there is just enough space. I don't know if you can see it. There is foam and there is foam. So there's just enough space for a handle to go in. This is the actual screw that goes in. And it stays in place. This is the top piece. And there are actually few components. There is a screw which will go into that hole. And there is a magnet. It cannot fall off, you can see now, but I can easily remove it. So, handle. This is where I'm standing. Yesterday's afternoon, I actually, the whole afternoon went for this piece right here, because I needed to glue each and every one of this in place, and this took hell of time.